Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So we are back with day 2 of the free-to-play, more like episode 2 of the free-to-play series. And I wanted to mention that I'm trying to keep this, a little bit balanced in the sake of, one, I'm going to try to speak in my videos about Raid Shadow Legends like you've never played this game, so I can be as helpful as possible. And at the same time, I want to speak, from a point of view of somebody that maybe has played Raid before or a similar game. So I hope this helps, little more people out there the way that I'm focusing on it. So in today's video, I want to focus on a few things that are really important early on. And honestly, I want to mention, from my point of view, there's one thing that I don't think I've ever, or maybe, maybe people have said it, but I've never seen people mention this when you start a new account or when you start to play this game. Like, what's the most important thing to be aware of when you start playing the game? Well, from my point of view, the number one thing that's the most important, and people did not mention it, is if you start to play this game, do not start it in the, in the middle of the week if you're somebody that works, or do not start it at the weekend if you're gonna be busy at the weekend. If you're trying to maximize, your start for the game, at least try to start this, try to start your account or start playing this game in a day when you can commit at least 4, 5, 6 hours for the first 3 days, because there's so much to do and the game throws so many things at you in those first few days, the energy, missions, challenges, everything, that it can become crazy. And if you leave that behind, you're gonna lose out on some rewards. Like, for example, in the first 2 days there is this novice tournament. Obviously it would be preferred if you could actually win it, or get top 3 to get extra rewards, but if not, you want at least hit the milestones, because you get more silver, more shards, brews, a free rare champion that you're gonna be using as food because it's not that good, and then the speed gear. So that's why it's really important when you start the game, make sure you have the time to actually play it, because otherwise, like I said, if you lose out on this, it might not be as good for your start. I mean, at the end of the day, if you don't really care and you're just playing it casually, then, you can start whenever, play as much as you want. But if you're somebody that likes to grind a little bit or have the best start, then this is what I would suggest. So that's the first thing and the main thing that, I really wanted to mention. It's number one thing. After that, you're going to be starting the game and you're going to be like, okay, what do I do? How do I see? What do I focus on? How do I do this? How do I do that? Well, the best way to progress in the game is to focus on your missions. See this thing over here? Little thing, you click on the missions, and these ones give you kind of a good idea of what you should be focusing on, what you should be working on. So always try to follow along with this one, okay? Always follow along. It's gonna tell you, go farm this campaign, go beat this campaign, go do this, go to dungeons, upgrade a champion, use a book on a champion, level up some champions. So, it always gives you a pretty good, 95% of what it tells you to do here is good. There's like a 5% that they tell you something wrong, which is gonna be wrong for later on, and that's when it's gonna come to using attack percent, gloves, chest, and boots on, attack champions. The overall idea is good, but you always want, in the first 3 months, honestly, or maybe a little bit less, but at least in the first month, you're gonna have speed boots on 100% of your champion if you have those. Like, if you get speed boots, always use speed boots on your champions, because that's really important. That's what makes, this game going. The faster you go, the more you go, the better, and, the less the enemy goes, the higher the chance to survive, and your higher chance to kill them at the same time. One extra thing that I want you to keep in mind, and again, this one's extremely important as well early on, like in the first, let's say in the first week, is the next thing that's over here. Let me move myself to the side. The next thing over here is the challenges, okay? So if you go over here to the challenge, you see champion challenges, artifact, dungeon, and arena. Try to focus these a little bit, because there are some things that are combined with the missions, with the progress missions, and you would lose out, and these can give you pretty good resources. They give you extra energy, they give you some silver, they give you some ascension potions, then give you shards if you finish it, more books in here, more books. They throw a lot of things at you, but if you do not focus on these early on, you're gonna suffer focusing on them later on, because it's not gonna be nice to backtrack. Like, for example, you will be going into battle over here, and you will be pushing the campaign, okay? You might get yourself to hard to brutal campaign, and then you go and check your challenges, and some of the challenges, I cannot show it because I've already done it, says, get an attack percent glove what's it called, from Sewers the Arnok on normal. It doesn't say like here hard or higher, it doesn't say normal or higher, it says specifically normal. So that's something that you do not want to go later on in the game and come back to it and be like, oh, do I have to do that? It's a waste of time. No, do it early on. If you can beat it easily with that one champion that you're using as a campaign farmer, which is usually going to be your starter champion, then do that with just a starter and then combine with some other champions. Like another quest that it asks you here is to rank 3 uncommons to rank 3. So to level them up to rank 3. So that's something you can do. Just get your starter, get your food in there, roll them into the campaign and just keep leveling those up. It's a slow grind, like I said. The first, like at least the first week, something like that, this game is a slow grind. After that, you get into the right pace, you get into, you know, a routine daily, and that's what it's gonna, you know, the time you have to allocate to it is gonna go down. But the first few days, you have to grind it a lot if you're looking for maximum efficiency. Obviously, I keep repeating this because I don't want, you know, I don't want people to say in the comments like, oh yeah, you don't have to do it like that, you can enjoy it. I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you really want to go crazy on it and, you know, or just try to be, you know, it's maybe even if you want to be somewhere in the middle, try to allocate time so you can actually do this. Then the next thing, and kind of like this is one of the, this is the most important thing you have to do, is try to get your first champion to 6-star as soon as possible, because the more you level them up, the higher the stats they are. So I'll give an example. If you look at Ethel, these are her base stats at level 40, 4-star. So 1, 2, 3, 4-star, level 40. These are the base stats that she has, okay? Now let's have a look. If you go into the index, into the Sacred Order, and we have a look at Ethel, these are the stats that she has at level 60, 6-star. So they ramp up a lot. You get a lot more attack. You get like what, double the HP, think double the defense, good speed. So your stats go up, and that makes it so much easier to, you know, to progress through the game, through the dungeons, progress through these progress missions as well that are here, you know, behind me. And this is really, really important. If you do get some, you know, if you do get some heroes that are really good, then, you know, you can put them to the back burner unless you get somebody that is better as a campaign farmer. Like, I don't know, I'll give you some examples. If you look into the Night Revenant, for example, if you get from a void randomly, you get a Skull Crown. Or again, another, why am I thinking only of the voids? But another one over here, there is a Bellower. Or let's have a look maybe at a legendary Began, for example, Began. So basically the ones that I showed you have AoE skills on all of their skills, or like on their A1, or most of them. So those are the ones that are going to be good campaign farmers, because you can actually use them on their own to kill everything. You put them in the lifesteal early on, which you get from your 7 days login. You know, you get these ones over here. These ones will all be speed, attack percent, crit rate on the glove, and then these will have obviously the base stats, because helmet, shield, and the weapons will always have the same base stat. HP, defense, and then attack. So keep that in mind. This is what you'll be using early on your campaign farmer. So it doesn't matter who it is, but make sure you get your campaign farmer to be 6-star as soon as possible, because that's, you know, that's gonna help you progress a lot. You should be able to do this in like 1 or 2 weeks maximum. Like if you're gonna be grinding this, you know, for a decent amount of time, you should be able to do that in the first week. If you're just doing casually, maybe in 2 weeks, but still, if you get some other champions, just get them and put them in the vault. Like that's what I did. I got some good, interesting rares. Just put them to the side, did not feed them. Just keep grinding and getting my starter as high as I can actually do that. I'm gonna try to split these videos, like not to make them too crazy, like 20 minutes, half an hour. I'm gonna try to split like every single focus on, you know, one video at a time, because I know that this game is pretty complex and has a lot of information, and I don't want people watching my videos to be overwhelmed, like, oh, he said this, he said that, he did this, did that. So I'm gonna try and take it a step at a time. I'm gonna talk about how to level up, who to level up. Again, I'm gonna talk about what to focus on later on. So, you know, I'm gonna try and take it step by step, and at the same time follow along with my progress as well. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. If you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like and subscribe. As you know, I'm currently doing a free-to-play series, but at the same time, I do have my main account, which is Endgame, and I will be doing content on that one as well too. You know, if I find some fun Endgame stuff, or if there's new fusions, new champions that test out, I always like to have a variety of content on my channel. If there's anything in particular that you would want to see, just leave it in the comments below, and you know, I can have a look into it. I can make a video on it. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace, love, take care everyone. Bye, guys.